What have you discovered so far?
So the outcome I wanted was I want to be decisive and be assertive about that decision. And the thing is, I'm not getting a clear picture of the outcome. I feel for that decisiveness that there has to be that connection between the picture and just that connection. It has to be a stable connection between a strong, stable connection between that picture and myself. And I need clarity of that connection plus clarity of the picture as well. And then, so it's like watching a movie and switching it on, but nothing's coming up. And if I remove the frame, then it becomes like an IMAX.
Mm-hmm.
This sound, I can feel, I can sense the, what I want is a bright, vivid colors and warm colors that I feel on my skin. That's what I want, but still I'm not getting a clear picture.
Okay. And what have you drawn?
So I've drawn me there is the whole IMAX theater, because I don't see the edges top down and left and right. I don't see the edges, so I just thought put that person right there where I can see the edges. And it's like the big sound on both ends. So there's no clear, vivid pictures, but I know it's colorful and bright and warm.
And that's that sense of what you want in warm colors.
Yeah.
So place that where it needs to be.
I'll put it back.
Okay.
So I don't see it.
Oh.
Oh.
And what would you like to have happen now?
I want, it's like a fog in front of me, and I want that fog lifted up so I can see the clear picture.
And you want the fog in front lifted up so you can see a clear picture.
Yes.
And when that fog in front is lifted up, then what happens?
Then it becomes distant. The picture becomes distant. So I think I'm struggling because I have a sense of what it should be, but a picture is not coming up. So when you lift the fog, then it's too far out for me.
And you have a sense. And when you have that sense, what kind of sense is that sense?
So if I have that sense of what it is that I want, it is liberating.
And it's liberating.
Yes.
And a liberating sense. And when that sense is liberated, what just happened?
It's liberating.
Where is that sense?
It's like that. It's expanding, expansive.
And it's expanding and expansive,
Yeah.
liberating. And when it's liberating and expanded and expansive, where is that liberating sense? When it's expanded and expanded?
It's here.
And whereabouts here?
My heart.
And your heart. And that liberated,
It's my chest.
your chest,
And it's also connected to my throat.
connected to your throat. And when it's in your chest, whereabouts in your chest?
It's here.
That's in your heart.
Uh-huh.
And it's in your hand. Whereabouts in your heart?
It's inside.
And inside your heart. And when that liberating sense is inside your heart, does that have a size or a shape?
It's radiating. It's like it's flying.
And like flying.
Yeah.
Anything else about that flying, of that liberated sense?
It feels. Right now, I feel constrained in my throat.
And it's right now it's constrained in your throat.
No, right now I'm constrained in my throat.
And when you're constrained in your throat right now, what would you like to have happen?
I want that cleared. I want that to fall away. Constrained in my throat.
And you want that to fall away.
So that part is free to fly.
And when that falls away,
Yeah.
then what happens?
I can speak my truth.
And you can speak your truth. And what kind of speak is the speak of your truth?
It's a clear voice. It's directed. It's unwavering.
And a clear voice, directed and unwavering
Yeah.
speak. When you can speak your truth.
Yeah.
And what kind of truth is that truth?
What kind of truth is that truth? It's solid.
And a solid truth. Anything else about that solid truth?
It grounds me.
A solid truth that grounds you. And what kind of grounds is a grounds of that solid truth?
It's like roots.
Like roots. What kind of roots are roots of a solid truth?
It's like a tree. You know, when you've got a tree and it's got good roots deep into the earth, and also, so it's not just down but also broad.
So not just down, but broad, deep,
Yes, it goes deep but also broad.
and also,
So it makes it solid and grounded and stable.
so that makes it solid and grounded and stable.
Yeah.
When those roots are deep into the earth. And what kind of earth is an earth with roots like that?
It's a nourished soil.
What?
Nourished soil.
Nourished. Nourished
Nourished
earth.
soil. Fertile.
Is there anything else about a nourished and fertile earth with roots that go deep and ground you when there is a solid truth that's spoken with a clear, directed, unwavering voice?
The earth goes deep.
The earth is deep.
It's got layers.
And layers.
The roots cuts through those layers.
And the roots cut through the layers. And the roots of that, grounds of that solid truth. And a truth that you can speak with that voice. And a truth that's in your throat. And is there anything else about in your throat now when there is a liberating, flying in your heart?
My throat is hurting because it's constraining the tree, which is bigger than this thing that's containing it.
And when that
It's like, get me out of here.
and when that throat is constraining and that tree is let me out of here, what would that throat like to have happen?
Wants to feel safe.
And it wants to feel safe.
It wants to be heard.
And it wants to be heard.
There's something else. I can't put my finger on it. So the tree doesn't want the throat to get in the way. The throat wants to be heard and wants to be safe. As long as the throat is connected and grounded as well. I don't know connected to what, but if it feels grounded.
And the throat feels grounded?
If the throat feels
If
grounded.
the throat, okay.
As long as the throat is connected and grounded,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
then what happens?
Doesn't constrain the tree.
Doesn't constrain.
It's, yeah.
So then what happens to that tree? When it's not constrained.
It just doesn't even grow. It's just naturally just be what it is. Right now it's contained, it's smaller than what it naturally is. So it just takes on its natural size.
So the tree would take on its natural size,
And then it can keep growing.
as long as the throat is connected and grounded.
Yeah.
And when that throat is connected, what kind of connected is that?
It's here, it's connected. It's connected to the roots.
Connected to the roots?
Yes.
And what kind of connected to the roots?
It's like it's part of it.
It's part of.
It's part of the trunk.
So
It's like, like you know, in I don't know what the right word is, like capillary or something. That was a technical term in botany. It's like that tube where the water flows to the roots of the tree and up as well.
It's like the tube, a capillary, where the water can flow to the roots and
Up. Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else about that tube?
So when water, I think, I'm not sure if I'm making it up or it's scientific, but like when the water goes through the trunk and out to the leaves, and that's where you see the dew coming out of the leaves, and then the water freely travels through into the throat.
So So the water freely travels through to the throats and
yeah, to the branches all the way to the dew of the leaves.
the leaves. And so when that water freely flows through that capillary tube, what happens to the grounded of that throat?
Yeah, it's as if it's not an issue, you know? It's like, it is there, but it doesn't constrain anything.
So as long as the throat's connected with that capillary tube and the water can flow,
Yeah,
then the ground is not an issue.
yeah. The throat constraining is no longer there, it's not an issue. And I can actually feel like the solidness of the trunk here.
So you can feel the solidness.
Yeah.
So what kind of feel is the feel of that solid trunk?
It's like a square, very stable and strong.
Square, stable and strong, solid. Anything else about that square, stable and strong?
It's old, you know, like when you've got a tree and you don't want to cut it, but when you see it cut, you've got rings around it, and you know that it's been around for a while.
Okay.
So it's accumulated. No, it's kind of like the earth and multiple layers.
Okay, so it's got the multiple layers.
Yeah.
It's been around for a while. And that's a solid, stable trunk.
It's kind of like, you know, when you know the age of the tree, especially those big ones, when you cut it, and each ring represents how many years it's been around. And it's like wisdom.
So it's like wisdom. So anything else about that wisdom from those years of that solid trunk?
So you don't notice it at first. It's just the barks that you notice that you don't, God forbid, you don't want to cut it, but it's only, but you know.
You don't notice it.
I know it, it's just it's not noticeable on the outside.
Okay, from the outside it's not noticeable, but you know it, those rings, and that's the wisdom of those years.
Yeah.
And when you...
Beyond my own years, in my own lifetime.
Your own lifetime. And when you know about that wisdom that comes from those years of your own lifetime, whereabouts is that know, that wisdom? Where do you know that?
It's like, it's broad, it has no edge, but it's concentrated. Yeah.
So it's a concentrated but broad with no edge?
Yeah.
No. Anything else about that?
It's almost like a catch it.
It's like you could catch it.
Yeah, it's like it's just there, but I know it. It's there.
You just know it's there.
And it's like, yeah.
And so when it's just there and you know it and you just, then what happens?
I don't have to worry about anything.
And you don't have to worry about anything. So when you don't have to worry, then what happens?
Regardless of what decision I make, I'll be on the right path.
So you'll be on the right path, regardless of the decision.
It's too deep. My roots are too deep.
Roots.
I can't kind of say, yeah, it's almost like I can't go wrong because the roots are too deep. I don't have to know.
Oh, so you don't have to know when the roots are deep.
I don't have to know too much whether what I'm deciding, or maybe the word is I don't have to analyze too much whether I'm it's right or wrong, because my roots are too deep, and the trunk is, it's big and it's got that wisdom that if I go, well, what I feel is wrong. I can't go wrong.
So if you go by what it feels, so where is that
Here.
field that you go by?
Yeah.
Whereabouts is that?
My heart,
That's your heart. So what kind of feel is the feel in the heart that you can go by and you can't go wrong?
go by what I know, even if it's not clear. Even if, as long as I sense this is the right direction, just go for it.
So as long as you sense that's the right direction, just go for it. And so when you feel that in your heart, what happens to speaking your truth?
It's unwavering. And it's solid.
Unwavering and solid.
And I feel, I feel very grounded.
Feel very grounded. And when you speak your truth, unwavering and solid, and you feel grounded, and you know, and you sense in your heart, on this direction, this path, then
Say that if I,
when you know, you have the wisdom of those years, and you sense from that heart, and you can speak your truth with that unwavering and solid, then what happens?
so, well, regardless what direction, it's like the direction of the wind. The tree will still be there. It will still keep growing because the roots are too deep.
Because the roots are so deep.
And even if a branch falls off, or God forbid, got cut off, because the roots are too deep, it will still grow.
It will still grow, like the wind. And so when that tree will still grow, and those roots are that deep, and even if a branch is cut off, it will still grow.
Yeah, and also because the roots are broad.
Broad, deep and broad.
I don't know what kind of plant that is, but there are those kinds of trees where it will still have those, it will still grow.
Okay, it will still grow.
And
Broadly.
then what happens about want to be decisive and be assertive about that decision?
I don't have to try too hard.
And what happens to not getting a clear picture of that outcome?
I already have the picture.
And what happens to a fog?
Oh, it will go away and come and go, but the tree is still there. But it's nice to have it once in a while. It doesn't matter.
And is there anything else that you need now?
I think it's fantastic. Thank you.
Okay.